Begin to deepen your breath so that you feel movement in your belly and in your low chest and then in your upper chest. So you're inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. Taking as long as a count of 10 to complete your inhale. Pausing for a count of 3. And taking that same count of 10 to complete your exhale. Each time thoughts pop into your head or you hear the kids in the other room, just kind of let it go. Come back to your place on your mat and take this next 55 minutes for you. Letting your breath return to normal. Drop your chin down towards your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back and pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Feel a stretch in the shoulders, stretch in the cervical spine. Continue to breathe. On the inhale, roll the right ear up above the right shoulder. Press your right shoulder into the ear, release it down. Left fingertips to the floor, walk them away, tug on that left shoulder, and maybe place your right hand on your left temple. And just let that right arm be heavy. Not pulling, just let that heaviness create some space in the left side of your neck. Return your hands back to your lap and chin back down towards your chest, noticing how the left side compares to the right. And on the inhale, roll the left shoulder up above the ear, press the left shoulder into the ear, release it down. Take your right fingertips to the floor, walking them away, a little tug on that right shoulder. And maybe place your left hand on your right temple, just letting that arm be dead weight, not pulling. Release both hands back to your lap, chin down towards your chest, and then inhale the head up to center. Bring your shoulders way up towards your ears so you have no neck. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind your back. Begin to lift your chin up towards the sky as the shoulders release down. Open the jaw, wiggle it left and right. Open and close your mouth. Head up to center. Let the eyes float open. Inhaling both arms up. We're going to twist to our right hand, left hand on the right knee, right arm behind you. Look out over the right shoulder. Inhale, the spine lengthens. Exhale, pull the belly in as you twist. Inhaling back to center, twist in the opposite direction, right hand outside the left knee. Inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, twist, look out over the left shoulder. Inhale to center, press the palms together, pull the hands down towards the heart. Just walk your hands forward. Coming onto your forearms and elbows, releasing your head, shaking it no, shaking it yes. Breathe deeply. Walk your hands back. Find yourself in your tabletop position. Joints stacked, shoulders over wrist creases, knees under your hips. Press down into your index finger and thumb. Pull the shoulders down away from your ears, and then rotate your biceps towards the front of your mat. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Keep pressing the mat away with the hands. Feel the length across your upper back. Shoulder blades moving wide. We're going to begin to move into cat and cow. So inhale, lift your tail, fill your belly, low chest, upper chest with air. Head's the last thing to move. On the exhale, tuck the tail, pull the belly button into the spine, press the mat away with the hands, release the head. So moving slowly, moving with your breath, beginning with your tailbone, ending with your head. Feeling that undulation in the spine. Just moving slowly and consciously. Coming back to your tabletop, inhaling here, pressing your right hip back towards the right heel, left hip towards left heel. Inhale, coming forward, weight on the left wrist, weight on the right wrist. So think about a KitchenAid mixer trying to scrape a bowl. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you push back. And then keep track of how many gyrations in this direction, because we will put that mixer into reverse. So the next time you begin to come forward, hit that reverse switch, moving the opposite way. Left sitting bone towards left heel, right towards right, weight on right wrist, weight on left wrist. So you're moving in a counterclockwise direction. When you finish, coming back into your tabletop. Inhale the right arm up, look up at the right thumb, reach for the ceiling with that right hand, then thread the right arm under the left, come down onto the right shoulder, right temple. Walk that left hand way out in front. Press down into the pinky and into the ring finger. Try to rotate your bicep up towards the ceiling, feeling a stretch in the left shoulder, moving that left shoulder blade away from the spine. The harder you press into the mat with the left hand, the more that shoulder blade will move. Drag that left hand under the left shoulder, press into the mat, lift that right arm up, look at that thumb, come back to center, a few cats and cows. Moving with your breath. Coming back into your tabletop, inhale, left arm up, thread the left arm under the right, come down on the left shoulder and left temple. Walk your right hand way out in front, flatten out the palm, press down into the palm and begin to rotate that bicep up towards the ceiling. Feel the movement in that right shoulder blade. Drag that right hand under the right shoulder, press into the mat, begin to unwind. Coming back into your tabletop, nice strong tabletop, then step the right foot back, step the left foot back, pull your belly button into your spine, press into the thumb and into the index finger, press the mat away with the hands, pull your shoulders away from your ears, nice firm plank. And pretend one of your kids is going to come and sit on your back. You automatically firm up your belly. Breathe here. We're going to drop our knees. We're going to drop our chest between our thumbs and our chin, coming into inchworm. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. And if you want more sensation, walk your knees and feet up towards your hips. Keep pulling those shoulders down. So it's a bigger back bend. And if you want to try something, you can bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, lift the right knee, place the right knee on your left foot. Bring the right knee to meet the left, keep the right foot up towards the ceiling, straighten the left leg, lift it, maybe place the left knee on the right foot. Bring the left knee to meet the right, lower your toes, press your feet towards the back of the mat, coming onto your belly. Then press your hips up and back for your child's pose. Breathing here, rooting your sitting bones back towards your heels, pressing with the fingertips. And then pretend there's a little teeny tiny marble in front of your nose. Press it forward, coming onto your belly. Look to your right. Take your right arm out perpendicular with the body so that your palm is even with the shoulder. Left hand is under the left shoulder. Roll over onto your right side. And as you roll, begin to tuck your chin towards your chest. Straighten your legs, reach out through your heels, and pull your toes towards your knee. That'll help firm up your right gluteus medius and minimus so you won't be so rocky on your derriere. And then maybe take your left foot behind your right knee. And if you are there and you want to go deeper, you can roll over on the thumb side. So your palms facing down and your thumbs towards the top of your mat. You roll over on the thumb side, bend your fingers up towards the ceiling, and maybe take that left hand up and over and find your fingers. Now, some of that's about knowing where your body is in time and space and proprioception. Might take a little finagling to find those fingers. Breathe here. Big shoulder opener. We've been spending a lot more time on our computers, Zooming, and then release. Moving slowly, rolling back over onto the belly, dragging that right hand under the right shoulder. Look to your left, extend the left arm so that the wrist and hand are at shoulder height. Press into the mat, roll over onto the left hip. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Really activate that left leg by reaching out through the heel. Maybe place the right foot behind the left knee. And then if you tried it on the other side, roll over on the thumb side, bend the wrist so the fingers reach up, reach over to see if you can find your fingertips. When you feel as though you've been on this side as long as you were on the other, taking your time, moving back onto your belly. Bring your hands under your shoulders or on the sides of your chest. Traction your hands back towards your hips. Bring your feet together. Bring your knees together, ankles together, thighs together. Forehead on the mat. Think about lengthening from your sacrum all the way to the top of your head. And on the inhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders up off the mat. Press your feet into the mat. Pelvis is heavy. Hover your hands above the mat. So you're just using the muscles in the back to lift the upper body. This time, lower the hands, squeeze the elbows in, press into the mat, come up into a bigger cobra. Come to your edge. When your legs start to want to come apart, stop there, pause there. Then press your hips up and back. Child's pose. Breathing here. Bring your forearms down on the mat. Look between your thumbs. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Release your head, coming into dolphin. This is about shoulder strength. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Breathe. Press into the mat with both hands. Maybe straighten your arms, moving into your down dog. Pedaling it out. Press into your thumb, into your index finger. Think about rotating those eyes of the elbows towards the front of your mat. Shoulder blades move wide across the back. And find that length in the front side of the body. Big back body stretch. Look between your thumbs, tiptoe your feet all the way up to your hands, bend your knees, fold into your legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing, plant your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, come up, nice flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, straighten legs maybe ever so slightly. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, straight legs, flat back. Shift the weight towards the balls of your feet. Unweight your heels. Should feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. Exhale, fold, press into your feet, rise to standing, hands together, hands to heart center. Inhale, look up, reach way up, slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive, bend the knees. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot way back. Drop your right knee, right foot. Fingertips are under the shoulders. Inhale, look up where the ceiling and wall meet. You're on your fingertips. Think about pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. Heavy, heavy hips. Take your hands, interlace your fingers on your left knee. Keep pulling that right hip forward, left hip back. Plant your right hand under your right shoulder, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, left hand to the heart. Use that left hand to help you twist, stacking your left shoulder on top of your right, lift your left hand, look up at your left thumb. Squeeze those shoulder blades together to help check your alignment. Drop the right knee. Take that left foot out about 45 degrees, come on the outer blade. Press that left knee away. Lift the right foot. Maybe grab that right foot with your left hand. Look out over the left shoulders. Release the toes. Straighten out that left foot. Lift the right knee. Send that left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Right foot to meet, or left foot to meet the right. Pressing back into your down dog. Right foot lifts. Right foot to right thumb. Drop the left knee. Left foot. Come to the fingertips. Gaze up. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Heavy, heavy hips. Opening in that left hip flexor. Interlace the fingers on that right knee. Keep pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Gaze stays up. Release the left hand under the left shoulder, tuck the left toes, lift the knee, right hand to the heart, right hand pulls that right shoulder over the left, lift the right hand. Look down, frame that right foot. Take that right foot out about 45 degrees, drop the left knee, left foot. Come on the outer blade, press that right knee away as you look out over your right shoulder. Look for your toes behind you, bend that knee. Maybe you reach your ankle, reach your toes, let your hips be heavy. Gracefully release that left foot. Straighten out the right toes. Tuck the left, lift the left knee. Take a giant step forward, left foot to meet the right. Fold into the legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Hands together, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Take a giant step back with the left leg. Drop the left knee, left foot. Bring the hands to the knees. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Heavy hips, hips sinking. Bring the hands under the shoulders as you tuck the left toes. Pull your seat back towards your left heel. First, let that right foot go. Just shake it out and then pull your toes towards your knees. Pull that right hip back and keep activating the foot by pulling the toes towards the knee. So you can inhale, come forward into the low lunge. Exhale, come back into the half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. So just moving a few times with your breath. Next time you come forward, plant your hands, tuck your left toes, lift the foot. Send that right leg up and back. Three-legged dog to down dog. Inhale that left leg up. Bend the knee, come forward, left foot to left thumb, drop the right knee, right foot. Interlace those fingers, press that knee forward, let the hips sink, pull the right hip forward, left hip back. Breathe. Frame the left foot, tuck the right toes, pull the seat back towards the heel. Release the left foot first. Then pull your toes towards your knee. Notice how that feels. You can try the pinky toe side, the big toe side. Notice how that changes the stretch in the hamstring. And then bringing a little flow into it. Inhale as you come forward into the low lunge and look up. Exhale, pull back. Moving with your breath. Next time you come forward, plant your hands, lift your right knee, step your right foot to meet your left, fold into your legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive to standing, hands together, hands to heart center. Inhale, Exhale. Inhale for half lift. Plant your hands, hop, skip, or jump back to plank. My favorite, Vinyassa. So you can either just windshield wiper your feet and have them like they're on a balance beam, or for more work, stack them. Right hand to the heart. Right hand lifts. Vinyassa on the left hand. Vinyassa on the right. Plank position. Lower down halfway so that your upper arms are parallel with the mat. And then inhale, come forward into your up dog. Feet and hands are the only thing on the mat. Maybe you can roll over your toes, send your hips up and back, down dog. Inhale the right foot up, bring the right foot to the right thumb, setting up for crescent lunge. Inhale, bring the shoulders up over the hips. Straight left leg, right knee is over the right ankle. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Pull your belly button into your spine. Bring your arms up, plug the shoulders into the shoulder socket. Keep pulling right hip back, left hip forward. Bring the fingertips together and gaze up to practice your balance. Keep pulling that right hip back. Bring your right hand back to the outer left thigh. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Look out over your right shoulder. Then inhale the arms up. Pivot on the ball of the left foot. Drop the left heel, moving into your warrior two. Check your alignment by interlacing your hands behind the back, shoulders over the hips. Right knee is over the ankle. You should be able to see your big toe and the toe next to it. External rotation of the right leg. So the knees moving towards the pinky toe side. Breathe here. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Left arm's resting down on the side of the body. Bend the right elbow. Hover the right elbow above the right knee. Inhale that left arm up and over. Maybe you're holding a beach ball with both hands. Keep pulling the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. And then as you hold that beach ball, bring the shoulders up over the hips. Straighten out the right foot so it's parallel with the end of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Now this can be your inversion, or if you have headstand, you can bring your hands to the mat, head to the mat, come up into your headstand. But if your head is below your heart, you're getting the benefits. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Inhale, come up. Hands to your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Point your left toes towards the back of the mat. Bend your left knee. Moving into your warrior two. Looking out over that left middle finger. Breathing. Moving into your reverse warrior. Keeping that left knee out towards the left pinky toe rather than internal rotation of that left hip. Bending the left elbow, hovering it above the left knee, reaching the right arm up and over. Reaching that left hand up, pivoting on the ball of that right foot, coming into your crescent lunge, pulling right hip forward, left hip back, belly button into the spine. Left hand reaches outside of the right thigh, right hand on the outside of the left knee. Look out over your left shoulder. Breathe. Inhale, both arms up, pivot on the ball of the right foot, straighten out the left. So you're coming into another wide-legged fold, but we're not going to fold. You're going to bring your heels in. I'm going to turn around, heels in, toes out. Come into your goddess squat with your thumbs on the inside of your knees. Let your hips sink. Lift all 10 toes. Knees are directly over the ankles. Gaze up to where the ceiling and wall meet. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to your right. Straighten your left arm. Look out over your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Straight right arm. Look out over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. So moving with your breath. Next time you're on your left side, pivot on the ball of the right foot. Step the right foot to meet the left at the front of your mat. Coming into your mountain pose. We'll do some fun with balance. I'm going to turn around. You bring your hands to your hips. So you're in your mountain pose, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Shift your weight into your left foot. Pull your left hip into the left hip socket so you feel those gluteus, medius, and minimus start to work. Lift the right knee without grabbing it. Keep lifting, 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 pulling it way up towards your shoulder. Then take that knee out to the side, grab the ankle, place it on the inside of the left thigh, hands to your heart, find a focal spot, grow your branches, breathe. Hands together, hands to your heart. Bring that right knee straight out in front of the hip without touching your foot down. Line up your knees. Maybe you reach back and grab your right ankle. Press the knees together. Pull that right hip down, right knee down. Lift that left hand. Keep kicking into that right hand. Release your left hand to your hip. Release your right leg. Shake it out. Mountain pose. Hands to the hips. Weight in the right foot. Begin to lift that left knee. Lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. Way up towards the shoulder. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Then grab the ankle. Press the left foot into the right leg. Hands to your heart. Find your drishti, grow your branches. Hands together, hands to heart center. Bring that left knee out in front of the hip. Bend the knee, line up the knees. Reach back for the ankle. Right arm lifts. Pull that left knee down. Kick into that left hand with that foot. Reach, reach, reach up with that right hand. Release. Shake it out. Find your mountain pose. Breathe. Hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet apart slightly. Heels in, toes out. Come down into your squat. I'll face you. Bring your hands in prayer. Press your knees into your elbows, elbows into your knees. And think about pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Hands move towards the heart. Squeeze the shoulders together. Move the shoulder blades down, away from the ears. Keep pulling that belly button in. Keep pressing your knees into your elbows. Elbows resisting. Breathe here. Look to the right. Bring your hands to the floor. Straighten out your right leg. Coming into Skandasana. If you want to bind, you take your left hand around, reach around with the right, look out over the right shoulder. Keep pulling that right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Release the bind, hands to the mat, drag that right heel in, coming back into your squat. Hands to the mat, maybe extend the left leg, hands to heart center. If you want to bind, there's a bind. Look out over the left shoulder. Pull the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Release. Coming back to center. It's a good place if you are working on crow, Bakasana or Kakasana, crow or crane. Hands come to the mat, shoulder distance apart. Bend the elbows. Place your knees on your triceps. Gaze forward of your hand by about 8 inches. Shift the weight into the triceps. Maybe you lift your right foot. Maybe you lift your left foot. Maybe your big toes come together and move, your heels move towards your derriere. Maybe your arms straighten. When you've had enough crow, release. Shake out your arms. Come to standing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step or hop back to plank. Lower down. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Breathing here. Inhaling that right foot up. Bend the right knee. Touch the right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, come back, three-legged dog. Exhale, touch your nose with your right knee. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Kick that right foot out to the side. Inner edge of the left foot. Left hand lifts, fallen star. Look down, left hand to the mat. Pull that right knee into the nose. Pivot on the left foot, send that right leg up and back, down dog. Inhale, left foot up, bend the knee, come forward, touch the left elbow. Take it back, come forward, touch your nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, touch your left knee, right elbow. Kick that foot out, right hand to the heart. Right hand lifts. You can always lift the left leg. Look down, take the right hand to the mat, bring your left nose, your left knee to your nose, send that left leg up and back, three-legged dog to down dog. Pause, breathe here. Take that right foot up, bend the knee, bring the right knee to the right wrist. Settle down on coming into pigeon. So you're going to bring that left heel in front of the left hip. Stay on your left toes. Bring your hands to your hips. So we're going to do a high pigeon. You're going to take the back of your left hand, press that left hip forward as you pull the right hip back. Then flatten out that left foot. Stay high. Maybe your fingertips come to the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back. Move your shoulders away from the ears and gaze up. Keep pulling. Left hip forward, right hip back. Walk your hands forward. Come into your resting pigeon. And when you're laying here, pull your right hip back, left hip forward. If you don't feel much, if your hips are really open, walk your foot so that your right shin is more parallel with the front of your mat. But keep pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. You can always reach back with your hand. If you're way over on your right hip, try to even out the hips. And to do that, you want to pull that right hip back and that left hip forward to square them. Press your hands into the mat. Tuck your left toes. Send that right leg up and back. Right foot to meet the left. Inhale that left leg up. Bend the knee. Bring the left knee towards the wrist. Come on the outer blade of the left foot and bring that left heel in front of your right hip. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Flatten out your right foot. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, shoulders away from your ears. Gaze up. Keep pulling right hip forward, left hip back. Coming into your resting pigeon. If you had to do it on the other side, walk that left foot so that the shin is more parallel with the mat. Flatten your right foot. Pull left hip back, right hip forward. And you can reach back with your hand to see how the back of the body feels. If you're way down and the right hip is lifted, keep pulling that left hip back. That should even out those hips and result in a lot more sensation in the left hip. Bring both hands under the shoulders, tuck your right toes, send that left leg up and back. Left leg to meet the right, look between your thumbs, tiptoe your feet all the way up to meet your hands, squeeze your knees together, squeeze your ankles together, brush the floor, come to sitting in your chair. Pull the belly button in towards the spine, make sure you can look down and see toes. Breathe here, maybe you sit lower, 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 lower. Grab your knees, roll on the right side and left side of your back, just massaging it out. And then come to seated. So find your ischial tuberosities on the mat. That's those bones in the back of your butt. Grab your left knee, pull it in towards your chest, sitting up tall. Your right leg is in front of your right hip. Cross the left foot over the right knee. If you want to take that right foot around, you can. Just make sure you can feel both of those ischial tuberosities. And what I like to do is press on my left knee, begin to start twisting, grab a hold of that left knee with my right hand, lift that left hand way up, keep twisting and lifting, Bringing the fingertips to the floor, right hand to my heart, look out over that left shoulder. Keep pressing that left big toe to help you twist more. Each inhale, belly, low chest, upper chest, lengthen the spine. Each exhale, twist a little more deeply. Inhale, both arms up, hands outside the right hip, bow down. Now, if you want to learn a little party trick, take your left foot sort of straight. Straighten out your right leg. Take your left hand and grab your right big toe. Bring your right arm way up. Come down on your right forearm. Lift your hips. Lift your legs. So this is sort of like a baby grasshopper. And it's all about momentum. Kind of fun. Real grasshopper is way hard. So when you had enough fun playing, or as my teacher calls it, Leela time, come back into your staff pose, thumbs behind the hips, fingers alongside the hips, shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the ears, belly button in towards the spine. Breathe here, pull the toes towards the knee, pull the belly in. You can straighten the toes, press into the mat, lift the hips, moving into reverse plank. Lowering down when the butt touches, slide the heels in, lift the shins, keep the shoulder blades together, moving into your boat pose. Gaze up, you can straighten the legs. Lower them down, straighten out the left leg, grab a hold of the right knee, place it outside the left knee. Begin to grab a hold of that right knee with the left arm. Begin your twist. Press on that right knee with the right hand. Inhaling the right arm up. Fingertips come to the floor. You can bring that left knee or left foot around if you can keep your ischial tuberosities on the mat. Look out over the right shoulder. Begin to unwind. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bow down. If you want to try baby grasshopper, straighten out that left leg. Make your right foot perpendicular to your left leg. Grab a hold of your left big toe with your right hand. Inhale that left arm up. Come down onto the forearms. Lift your hips. When you've had enough Leela time, come on to your back. We'll do a twist, and then I'll do Shavasana, and you can leave for your meeting. Is that good?
Okay, yeah, sounds great.
Okay. All right, so come down onto your back. Heel toe your feet apart so your pinky toes are hanging off the mat. Arms in goalpost arms. Just take a moment here to breathe. You're going to drop your knees to the right. Gaze out over the left shoulder. Maybe place your right foot on your left knee. And then press that right knee away. So it's internal and external rotation of the hips. Breathing. Feeling that stretch in the left side of the body. Releasing that right foot to the floor, bringing those knees back up. Just gentle windshield wipering of those knees, noticing a difference between the left hip and the right hip. And then dropping your knees to the left, gaze moves towards the right shoulder, maybe placing the left heel on the right knee. Breathe here. Releasing that left foot, bringing those knees back up towards the ceiling. And then just before we end, bring your hands down to the sides, palms facing up. Lift both feet up over the hips. Find a place where your feet can just sort of float. If your toes are too close to your nose, your hamstrings are working. If your feet are too far away from you, your quads are working. So just see if you can find a legs up the wall position without the wall, where your feet can just sort of float. And then on a count of 5, we're going to lower our feet to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 3/4, 1 1/2, 1 1/4, 1 1/8, 1 1/16. Let everything go for Shavasana. Nothing else you need to do except breathe. I'm going to turn this off. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.